That is a long way.
That is like 150,
It is a very
170 feet.
long hallway. It is a very...
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait until the party follows.
Okay, that's fair.
I would like to have
He
them at least
made it.
standing back a ways, but I'm gonna check for trap. What is check for traps?
You can it can be perception or investigation. You
Thank
can decide
God.
how you go about this.
Perception. I know perception's typically harder, but that's god damn another 17. 17 plus 5.
Freeze crazy.
17
Um
plus 5.
20, 22.
22.
Do
On
I?
22, you don't see any traps of any kind. It
Okay,
looks like
I would like to
safe.
pluck the piece of paper um
All right, you pull
and
the piece of
open it.
paper, unravel a note, and as you unravel it, the script on the note itself glows, and you hear a voice begin to speak from the paper that goes, "Congratulations. If you are reading this note, then you have proven yourself a most brave and cunning soul, and I commend you. I dare not assume why you've come to my final resting place. I will only say that if it's for the relic atop my tomb, and if you need it for the purpose of its intent, then my greatest fear has come to pass. Grimban is free of his stone prison and stalks upon this world once more. It took all the power of a young shaman to seal him away, and even on that day, 9 of us faced him, and only I remained.
Damn.
I spent the rest of my days with the full understanding that my power would not last forever. And I did everything I could to craft this relic before you in full measure that one day Grimban would return.
By the way,
I know
Jax
not
is
of
reading
you.
this aloud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the letter is reading itself to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I know not of you, brave soul, but I beg of you. Finish what I could not. Take this relic, find Grimban, and reintroduce him to his maker. You will need to be close for this. Within 100 feet or so should do the trick. Sound it off thrice, and you and this horn shall share in the name Grimban's Bane. P.S. Feel free to take my axe. Verdict is his name, and he's pretty
Can I
helpful.
pull? Can I
That's
please
pretty
get the
dope.
axe? Can
Well,
I?
who wants to hold the horn? Or hold on to the horn? It is
I can
ribbed
if you
for
want
her
me to.
pleasure. That'd work.
Yeah, I can hold on
We
to it.
we just need someone that's kind of tanky to hold it, cause
Yeah, that would be me.
okay.
It is not a magical item that I have written up because
Okay, that's fine.
technically, for what it's for, I didn't really. You for what it will be used for now. There will be a thing later, but what it's for used for now, it's not going to do you any good to have a stat block on it.
Okay, yeah, because we just have to sound it 3 times during the combat with the thing
While within
later.
100 feet
But
of the wolf,
I'm
yes.
assuming you're gonna have a thing for what happens if we use it outside of that later.
Yes.
It's currently a quest item that
It
will
is currently
become
a
a
quest
regular
item.
item.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
correct.
Can we sell it for massive profits?
I mean, roll an investigation check.
Hold on, no. All right, so we're gonna loot this tomb and then sell it to the Adventurers Guild and be like, all right, go hunt some werewolves.
Fair enough.
I'm kidding.
But for whoever picks up the axe, there is a stat block for verdict.
I have a question.
Okay.
Gormish the First can use battle axes. Can I
Okay.
use that axe that is on the table?
If you are proficient in it, and if no one else wants
I
it,
am.
you can pick it up.
Can I please pick it up, party? Can I please?
Yeah, you're good.
Yippee!
Hey, they said we could have it. So
All right,
go
you
ahead.
can add verdict to your inventory.
Oh man.
G1. Um, as you read this note, and you have received the horn, you guys have completed the Tomb of Croates quest. Um,
I didn't know anyone knew karate in this town.
Oh my
I hate
gosh,
myself.
my verdict
So
is
when do we
sick.
go to High Hrothgar?
Next,
And then
next
get the
session.
Horn of Jorgen wind collar.
The Horn of Jorgen wind collar.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that's what I did here, but you're right. I mean, you're
Yeah.
totally correct.
Yeah. Reese, you sent us to a tomb to get a
Reese crazy.
horn, and I hate this main quest we're in now.
Well, we gotta see which one of us is the Dragonborn.
The
Gotta
verdict
go
Yeah.
kill
goes
a
so
dragon right
hard.
quick.
I'm glad you like verdict.
1d12 plus 3 and backswing?
Wait, is it a +3
Backswing's
weapon?
kinda
Or is
crazy.
that just your stats?
Backswing's the part that
I did-
takes out your party members behind you.
Yeah.
Backswing
I
is an
don't know.
ability that if you miss on an attack, you can use
can
your reaction
again.
to swing again.
Let's
That's
freaking
kinda
go.
dope.
Own your party
That's pretty
members.
sick.
Yeah. Aim for your party members.
And I get a +1
Advantage
bonus
with
to
the
attack
party.
and damage rolls made with it.
All right, you guys are you now that you have completed and you have gotten the horn, Grimban's Bane? Does the party want to immediately exit the tunnel? You guys want to take a long rest on top of the short rest you already taken?
Is there a bow?
Love to take a long rest.
There is not currently.
Alright, I'll kill it with fire then.
Well, how much time do we
just
have
handed
left
my
before
heavy
the
crossbow.
thing is over?
Yeah.
Before which thing is over?
How much time do we have left to get the teeth back to the lady?
A few
You
days,
have
I
until technically you have 2 more days on that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I can take a nap.
I know one monk is very hurt. I don't. The rest of you, I think,
One
are
monk
mildly.
is so hurt.
One monk tanked a minefield, so the rest of you could walk.
Well, that was his fault.
I mean, you're right. He chose to do it, but damn,
That's such a weird way to say thank you.
that's
I know. I do appreciate it.
So the ones that still
you
have their
did
PNGs
good.
in there, are they dead? The ones that
90%
PNGs are still in the minefield?
Of the maze was mapped out by one small kobold trying his damn hardest.
And
it really was.
You took
I
a
wish-
step further.
I wish I could
Well, if I was
show
here,
you
I
the
was just gonna.
insane grid that is laid out on top of this thing.
And you always could
If I wish I
screen
was here,
cap
I
it.
would have just dashed and ran straight.
You're right. Actually, hold on. I'll just screen. I'll just share my screen for just a second, so that way you guys can see what I was working with. If you could see all the numbers, that's all of the landmines, and there's that one line. That whole row right there is just mine.
God.
That whole row, like that.
I was going
It took
to
me 2 hours to
dash
lay this
forward.
thing out. It took-
Holy
Like
crap.
that vertical line is just
yeah, that
mine.
whole vertical line is just mine. The
So
whole thing.
basically, what you're saying is, if we can you zoom in a little bit?
I can.
Yeah. So if we ever got to, like, if we ever got past that line on the right, or like in down the right middle, if we got to the right side of that, we would just be like fucked over there.
Yeah.
What are
Now
all
you'll
the
notice on the
numbers?
very far end over there, there's no mines
No
at all.
mines.
Because if you're
Okay,
on that
so-
side of it, you're already fucked. I mean,
Yeah.
you're-
Okay, so what are all the numbers? Because like I saw a 31
Minesweeper.
somewhere. Either that or I just misread it. Like I see a zoom
There's
in.
16 tiles total on each of the rows. And all the ones that the number is shown have landmines. All the ones that don't have numbers are normal tiles.
Okay.
That was
But
how I
I'm
was using
seeing
this to lay a grid.
under the 12 on the second row from the right. I see like something that looks like a 31. So on the right side,
Hmm.
I was just wondering what the 31 was.
That might have just been an accident on my part.
Okay.
Um,
I see it under the 12, second row from the right.
this one?
Yeah.
That's an 11 for me.
Oh, it's the white line that mixed in with the number. It looked like a 3 from zoomed out. I was just
Okay,
confused.
all right. But yeah, that's what I was working with. So
I was like, what the fuck?
glad you guys
Yeah.
were able to have fun with that one.
I love that there was just a free diagonal that.
Yeah, that you can just get around. Okay, you can just.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna make it an absolute monster of of a thing. I was
Yeah.
like, there'll be a way to get through this. It'll just be weird. Like
Yeah, it works.
the fact that Ethan's immediate idea was just bishop method, only move a diagonal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was it, honestly.
you're just like, I'm just gonna move in a diagonal. I assume the diagonal is fine.
Literally, as soon as you gave me the first one, I was like, I know what I must do.
I've got this. Okay, so you guys can take your long rest if you haven't already.
Going night night.
We're going night night. After the long rest, where's the party going? What's the next step?
I'm going back to sleep.
Immediately knocks back out.
I just trance and I actually go to sleep the second time. I just did that for Moon Arms. That is my bad. Moon Arms just took a nap. Y'all didn't know it, but he did.
Moon Arms.
But he did.
Who is this Moon Arms? No one knows Moon Arms anymore.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, you might find out one day, but he just took a nap. Don't ask me how I know he took a nap, but we connected like that. Got that mental imagery of him taking a nap right now.
I'll be
What?
right back.
He said
Oh,
he'd be
what's
back.
Okay, I got you.
He's
What
taking
is
a nap
the,
too.
What's the party planning? What's the next step for the crew?
Well, get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You guys are the doors are all now open that the all of the puzzles have been completed. You guys are able to easily back your way back out of this chamber and back to the real world. So
I would have been
Big teeth.
so
This
mad
ain't the
if,
real world.
as we turned around, all
So-
the puzzles changed. And,
all the puzzles reset, you know?
Well,
that
no,
would,
it's not just that they reset; it's that the rooms reset and the puzzles were different. I would have cried.
that would have
Big
been
teeth.
honestly
up?
that would have taken so
the
much
way-
work, but
The
Yeah.
answer to the levers was pulling all of them at the same time.
What?
I was gonna ask. That was my next question. Thank you.
that's,
Listen,
I thought you would be dying to know.
listen. I still think you missed an opportunity with the moon phases being 8.
It
Well,
was.
it
It
was
was.
it was explained through a history check that the week of the Mage Moon is actually a
Is-
rounding down, and it lasts 8 days, and the 8
So
levers.
full moon was correct, but it was 8 days of full moon. So you had to pick one for each day of the mage moon. So I'm assuming through like an enchantment that room was only accessible during the mage moon.
That is a good guess. That is really good. That is really good thinking. Like,
write that one down. He said, "Write
Is
that one down."
right?
be proud of
Or did
that.
I
Be
just
proud that
He
you're
do
said,
that?
"Write
correct.
that one down."
Ah.
Have your character write that one down. In game as well.
There's a
It's not
reason
like
that
I'm
other
ever
people have
gonna
just
come
found
back
this thing. You guys are the only people who could figure out the guide stones. There's a reason no one else has been able to finish this
Ah.
quest.
Yes, thank you. I'll have to dwell on that later.
The lycanthrope hasn't been alive.
We just got lucky.
That's fair.
It's just the right time of the
Every
year.
I was about to say, if you can count having to go through all this ordeal lucky.
You know, who's to say?
I
you
told my
guys-
mama about that, by the way. I told her that
the
the puzzle.
phases of the moon being
I told
wrong?
her, I said, I had to really calm down after last session.
You were like, I was right. I swear this is correct. You guys exit the oak tree in the middle of the valley into the forest. The sun has come down quite a bit as you guys have been in a dungeon trying to fight for your lives for several hours. And as the sun is beginning to set, in the west behind you, you guys see the purple glow of the mage moon beginning to light the sky. Where are we headed?
I gotta get some new bullets. I need some more bullets.
We need to go. We need to go find that wolf.
Well, don't we have the wolf? Or no, never mind. We have the kid that was gonna turn into a wolf.
We're to turn into a wolf.
Not the wolf. That would be silly.
Can we just put the kid down there? I'm sure he can't figure out no puzzles. He'll probably thinking moon phases or something like that. Something stupid.
Poor guy.
Honestly, it would be a crazy good prison because it's only accessible one time a year. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, boys, if we ever gotta throw somebody in, we know what to do.
Wait.
We've only got to guard this prison 8 days a year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it would suck. It wouldn't be a prison, it would be a death room. You put them in, then they're trapped for a year without
with no
food.
food. Yeah, they're dead for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
You know,
Unless they're
at
like
the start
a
of the year, we give them
demigod.
enough rations for a year.
Oh no, that
Oh,
that
sure,
wouldn't
sure.
last.
Now, if he runs out of rations in that time, that's his own fault. Oh man. Where are we at on the map?
Somewhere on the map. I would
Yes,
assume.
the map I'm looking at on the owlbear. I know we're somewhere in the Chura, I would think. Oh,
Clear.
there he goes.
When we left the ruins.
Oh, is it called the
did
Tennis
Blake
Ruins?
pick up your coins?
Oh no, that's Tenris.
Was
It's
it
just
was
missing
it
an
what,
R.
Jesse?
Did you pick up your coins?
Yeah, it was only 19 copper though.
Oh, I was going to go by and pick them up for you.
he's just gonna be like, I'm gonna go
I
by
would
and pick them up for
honestly,
you. Just...
honestly, oh, my drugs, yes. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. Because if we, for any reason, ever have to go back there, which I doubt we will, leave the trail. I mean,
And
God.
In that
I will
case, then
say,
every single one, I would like to leave a note or what is it called? A message.
okay.
What's it actually called? Hold on. A tinker.
tinkering.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All right. You want to leave a magic stone?
Yeah, in each of the different stages, and
Uh,
tell them what to do.
Okay. So you can be a dick because you already took the treasure out of the end. So you're just
Well,
gonna
how are we
send them
supposed to use this
through?
as a prison now?
well, my thing is, it doesn't magical tinkering only last for like a minute?
Yeah, but you know, but if a crew follows you in a minute later,
A minute later, okay,
they'll know
good.
how to get by.
Woo!
Guys, I think I know how to figure out this puzzle now. Give me a minute. I run back through and do all the puzzles again. The treasure does
Ah.
not respawn, fellas.
Dang.
It's only there one time. There's no second horn.
Dang, I thought we were gonna glitch the system.
I thought
So
we
you
had a
guys-
duplication glitch for real, though.
want to head back to town? You guys want to start trying to search for a wolf? What's the play? What's the move?
Um,
Well, actually, I have a lot of bullets, so I'm fine wherever y'all want to go. I thought I needed more, but I forgot I bought some more earlier. And I made some slugs. So I'm
You did
down
make
to
some
start
slugs.
hunting whenever y'all ready to start hunting. I will put on my camouflage duster at this point.
You will put your camouflage.
It's actually just green. It's just green, but it's got like, or I fell in some mud or something earlier, so it's got like
Okay,
a dirt
so it's just
spot.
You see Indigo Jack is just dusting you off in some places. Like, hey, bud, I think you got some mud there.
Oh, thank you.
just. Anyways, with night coming upon us, you guys, we might want to find a safe place to settle down.
Didn't we just sleep?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we got to go to sleep. I'm just saying like it's
Yeah,
dangerous
for
to
the
move
night.
through the children in the night. I mean,
Then why did we sleep inside if we had to bunker down during the night?
we don't have to bunker down. I was just saying we want to be more cautious if we're going to move through the children in the middle of the night. I mean, there are a lot of nocturnal beasts in this woods.
Don't we have some? You got some like deer corn or something we can set out and we can set up a tree stand. We can practice hunting for this werewolf.
I don't think we're going to get this what seems to be demigod level entity with deer corn, but I appreciate the concept. I mean,
Anyway, Daxley will perch in a tree and hunt game. So
okay,
get
you just
food
crawl
for the
on a
night,
tree, start hunting. Anybody else? What are we thinking? What's the move?
I don't know.
I'm making another robot.
You make another robot?
Yeah.
I think you can only have one steel defender at a time.
I didn't call it a steel defender.
Okay, then how are you building a robot?
I'm making my robot better.
Tell me how you're doing that.
I don't know yet.
with science.
Okay, all right.
Or could I do work on the hydro cannon?
What kind of work would you be trying to do to it?
Increase the water capacity.
Um, roll a. Hold on. Roll a straight intelligence check for me.
Intelligence check.
Mm-hmm. Just a d20, add your intelligence modifier.
23.
On a 23, you have the knowledge necessary to be able to increase the water capacity in this thing. You don't currently have the materials to do so. You don't have anything right now to increase the size of a water tank on this gun. But you do know how to do it. You would just need to buy some sort of material that you could build a larger reservoir for it, which you just don't have on you right now.
Okay.
Um,
Is there a store nearby?
We are in
I
the
mean, technically,
woods.
you guys could just go back to town.
Yeah, could we just hoof it back to town before nightfall?
Yeah, you for sure could. Give me a. Oh, sorry. Give me a group survival check, and you can roll this with advantage. Because you guys have spent more than 12 hours in the woods.
Okay,
I
that
think
is.
14.
I got an 18 plus 3.
18 plus 3, okay.
Also, are we moving through the forest?
Yes.
So it's favored terrain, so we can
I will be right back.
I got a 17.
Let's go.
move more easily. So
Okay. It sounds like most everybody averaged above a 15. Indigo Jack got a 23.
I got a 22.
So that means that you guys are able to get back to town in an hour's time. So I just need one possible encounter check rolled from you guys.
Not me, not me.
An encounter check. I'll roll
I
it.
don't think
D20,
I've
right?
done one yet.
Yep, it's a d20. I think there's a
I
reason
got
for that, no?
16.
Yep.
That's a 16?
Yeah.
On a 16. Oh, hell yeah, this is sick. Okay. This is a good one. You rolled a good one.
Okay.
On a 16,
I
as you
am
guys are
inclined
making your
to not
way,
trust you.
as you guys are making your way back toward town in that hour span, you guys happen to pass through what looks to be a abandoned campsite. And as you come up into it, quickly you guys see a stone circle that was set up for some sort of fire pit. You guys see a couple tents that are covered in snow. One of them collapsed under the weight of the snow that had built up on it over time. Another one still barely up. Just two tents. You see the scattering of like books on the ground around the tents in this area. Um, uh, you guys see several of these books are like Entry to Arcana, Entry to Divination, like basic like wizardry books that you're reading through, that are laying around in here. Um,
Any
and
scrolls?
and could you roll me a investigation check, Daxley?
10.
Actually, that passes. This was not a very high DC. On a 10, you start looking into the collapsed tents, and there's still a bedroll in
Yeah.
there. As you reach into the bedroll, you pull out. Hold on, I gotta make sure I actually add this to D&D Beyond before I tell you. If not, I'll add it later. But you pull out a handful of smooth river stones. You pull out 3 of them that have some sort of strange incantation carved into the stone itself that emits a light blue glow. Um, Outside of that, you're not totally sure what these are, but they seem to be glowing with some sort of arcane power.
Is there an item I could add to my inventory?
Hold
You
on,
know?
let me double check here.
Not that Daxley would know, but I just
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of have it.
I'm double checking that I put this in D&D Beyond because I had it written up in my notes, but I don't know if I ever actually transferred it over.
I got you. If not, I can just write something in the notes section of my equipment. Light blue stones.
Okay, no, I did
Okay.
actually add these to D&D Beyond. You can add 3 portent stones to your
Yo.
Oh, that's cool.
Portent.
inventory.
Only they didn't do the last guy any good.
Hey, that's some funky
Huh?
rocks you got there, brother.
Yeah. Does anyone know how to identify objects?
I mean, I like rocks. I could take a look at them.
Ephesus,
I'll
roll an
hand
Arcana check.
I'll hand one to you. My Arcana skill isn't that good.
It's a
I will
It's about as
13.
good as my.
13. They're a nice looking rock, man. You recognize you piece together just from like
You
the books on
recognize
the
that
ground.
it's a good rock.
From the books on the ground and the fact this is glowing with magic, that this has probably got some sort of divination magic on it, but you don't know what it is.
Oh, so that's a magic rock. That's cool. I bet
Since
you can get a
were
high price for
interested,
that sucker. I bet there's like a rock collector out there he ain't got one of them magic rocks. He paid a lot of money for it.
So Ephesus, since you asked, I will hand you one.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean,
Like, yeah,
I don't have any
found this
money
cool
right
rock.
now to give you.
Well, you pay me back later. Actually, I don't know. Since team effort.
Oh, well, thank you there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll work
Anybody
on
else
figuring out
want
what
the
this rock
shiny
do.
rock? Got one left to give.
I'll take it.
Ephesus, you can add a portent stone to your inventory, and
Hell.
Bombardier, you can also add a portent stone to your inventory
Yeah, that's fair.
if you're giving it to Bombardier.
I will.
Okay.
The first
Add a
person that has
stone.
portent stone.
Ooh, important stone.
No, a portent stone. Portent.
I do have this, but if anybody that will probably remember to use it once, it can have it.
That's fair.
Because otherwise, it's a real pretty rock, man. You think I could put a hole in it and put like a necklace through it and
God.
wear it?
I don't know.
As you guys are discussing these portent stones, you guys make your way back to the village. In an hour's time, the sun is pretty much set over the horizon, and the purple glow of the moon kind of fills the night sky as a light snow falls around you guys. You guys quickly are able to make your way back to the village as you guys pierce through the tree line back toward the village, and you guys see the lights of Moontown kind of spreading out on this coastline in front of you. You see On the far side of town, in the direction of Ma Hanma's hut, a bright light that you all recognize as fire.
I put my sunglasses on.
Like, is the house on fire?
Roll a perception check.
What?
Uh,
16 plus 5.
11.
21.
Daxley, you were able to quickly peer through, even in the dark of night, with the brightness of this light, you're quickly able to determine that is a house fire.
Oh shit, move quick,
Immediately,
house fire.
I immediately like dash action as continuous as I can and just run there.
Yeah.
You boom, 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 boom. You are taking off through town. You see people are also starting to turn and run toward Mahama's place. You guys, a panic begins to build up in the streets as people are coming out in their night clothes. They were just about to settle down for bed and then start sprinting off toward the hill.
Fire! I yell fire like as loud as I can.
Leo, you see Matilda step out in her like nightgown, sees the panic going on, immediately starts running toward the house on the hill. As you guys run toward the house, you guys see a raging house fire. Flames pouring out of the windows of Mahama's cabin. The front door is swung open. You guys see around the door frame massive claw marks.
Oh, Lord. How to get in there? There's supposed to be some kind of barrier. When you let a snow leopard in that thing.
I gotta decide something real quick. Who do actually? No.
Yes.
Could you roll me a D100?
Oh boy, I'm going to roll it on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Because I'm not quite sure if I roll a D&D. I have rolled a D100.
I want to start a bucket brigade if I can. If there's like a pond or a lake nearby.
There is a well. There's a well on the
I'll start a
property.
bucket brigade from the well.
Your water gun. Could you help?
That is
Extinguish the fire.
Yeah.
That is a
I'll use
92.
mine.
A 92. Damn. Yeah. Damn.
Shoot.
What
On a 92,
what was that, Jesse?
I use my hydro cannon.
you start spraying water from the hydro cannon into one of the windows. You hear the loud hiss of water hitting fire. And then jumping from that same window, you guys see a badly injured Ma Hanma with you guys see her tumble out, slam into the snow on the ground, try to stumble to her feet. As you guys rush forward, immediately you can see Daxley coming up to her. Her arm is fully broken. There are claw marks across her shoulder, and one across her eye. And she is pouring blood profusely. Looks up at you and goes, "So things got a little out of hand."
What did this to you?
I believe the wolf you might be looking for has made himself known.
Is he in the house?
I would like to say,
I didn't see him particular, but something. 3 werewolves came into the house. I was able
How'd
to
they
fight them off for the most part, but I had to set the bloody house on fire to get them to back off. But
How'd they get past your barrier?
that's why I believe that the larger one must have been here, because no normal werewolf could have gotten past it. But I'm not sure I could hold off something of that size.
Gormish the first just bolts towards her, seeing her hurt.
As you bolt toward her, she turns and goes, "Oh, hi, dear," and then passes out head first into your arms. Just bam, slams into your arms, is out cold.
I do light a cigarette with the fire.
As in 0 hit points, or
She is at 0 hit points. She was running off
is
of
she
adrenaline.
stable?
She
Or
is stable from her own magic.
okay. Okay.
But she is very hurt.
Okay. I slap her and deal one. No, I'm kidding. I would never.
She is stabilized, Gormesh, you see as you're holding her a little pendant around her neck that is glowing red, a little like stone pendant with something carved into it. The red glow dissipates, and you see that she begins to breathe easier, as if this necklace had some sort of charm on it, that is helping her not die. But she is out cold on your arms.
Okay, so that was smart. She had a pendant that had a cantrip built into it.
Yes, she had spare the dying in a in
Yeah.
a pendant around her neck. Um,
That's smart. We all
Give
need
me one
those.
of them.
we
Yeah.
all-
Can
everybody
I light?
needs a spare the dying pendant.
Can I light a cigarette with the fire
On the
coming
house
from the
fire?
house?
100% you can.
Well, she
Um,
can't stop me from smoking in her kitchen now because there ain't no kitchen.
Oh God.
I killed him.
What do you
Oh,
swing
shit.
it at him?
Dead. He starts to smoke in our house, and I think Mahama wouldn't allow it, and I finally got the verdict.
You bring out the verdict. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
The
You
verdict
guys
has been
see
passed.
this large double bladed battle axe made of solid silver with this like black steel trim that kind of outlines around it, and a long like cedar handle on it. You Gormesh, do you take a swing at him or no?
Yes, and that
Roll
is
an
a
attack.
19 to hit.
I believe that
That is
hit.
a
Yikes.
19 to hit.
He dies
Uh-huh.
instantly.
He takes a 1d12. Do I have a d12? Yeah.
Roll
1d12
damage.
plus 3. That is 10.
Emphasis, you take 10 damage, you light a cigarette on this house fire turd, and then take a battle axe to the chest.
Yikes.
Whoa, buddy, you getting rowdy. Chill out. This ain't time for wrestling.
Don't smoke in our house!
There's no house.
Ever!
I'm outside the house. I'm just smoking from the fire in the house.
You step back for just in time for the blade just to graze across your chest, but it does cut straight through your duster. And
I
leave
just
a
put
nasty
this new
scar.
duster on. I ain't got another duster, son. I got to go buy. My other one's got acid stains in it. And now, here, you see that? I pull out my jacket with the acid stain, throw it on the fire. Take this duster off, throw it on the fire.
Look at me! I got acid on my clothes too!
I grab his hand. Stop feeding the fire.
Nah, let it burn, baby.
Dude.
You see the village has finally shown up with a bucket brigade, and our villagers are trying to put out the fire.
We peasant cannon buckets at the house.
I am ripped, by the way. I took my duster off, and you see my muscles now.
He's just shredded, smoking in the snow.
Can we get a peasant cannon aimed at this cowboy? Because he's just an asshole.
Dexley, Ephesus. Actually, anybody who wants to roll me a survival check real quick.
Oh God.
Oh fuck! Nat 20. Plus 3, 23.
I got a
Nat
whole
20,
6, fam.
You immediately start scanning around looking. You see 3 sets of large paw prints sprinting off into the woods behind Mahama's house.
I loose a silver
I got
arrow
a
with 50
16.
feet of rope attached to it.
All right.
I would like to get something that would slow that one down. Can I make an attack?
You literally look up to see, you only see one making his way into the tree line. He's probably just at the end of your range. You could still make a shot, but it would be with disadvantage.
Okay. What is my modifier? Plus 8. So 16 plus 8, 24, or 17 plus 8, 25. So 24 to hit. And I had said silver, and I would like to attach a rope to it to have something to
24 to
drag
hit.
him down. So he'll leave a larger broken path of like
24 for sure hits. You see this arrow
something
slams into the back of this row. If you hear the of him getting immediately hit with an arrow, he turns back to look at you.
Not that it
You
matters.
see
10 damage.
You see blood dripping from him. He turns back. You see just large red eyes gleaming and behind the dark tree line. I'm going to roll a wisdom check for this werewolf. Okay. What I'm going to roll here is it's a 50-50 shot. He has a plus.
If it runs or attacks.
Oh, if it runs or if it turns around. He has a +0 to wisdom. Okay. So it's truly up to the die on whether or
So
not.
wait, what is attacks? What is runs?
On
Like high or
a
low?
on a 10 or lower, he runs.
Okay.
On an 11 or higher, he turns around and
Okay,
charges.
50-50.
50-50.
Roll low. Roll low. That's all I can say.
He rolled a 9, and you see that he quickly
Yay.
turns and takes off into the woods,
I was
not wanting
about
to
to be
face off.
so angry at myself if he just turned around. Does him turning around, does he turn one way, then continue turning that direction and tie himself up in the rope and fall over?
No.
Like all dogs do with a leash?
As he takes off
Come
into the
on.
woods, you do see that the
Does it at
rope
least
is
stumble?
leaving a horrible drag line through the
Yes.
snow.
Good. I just wanted something to follow easier. Hopefully we have like
I'm going to say,
advantage on a
following
survival
that
later.
same nat 20 check,
Yeah.
you fire that arrow, hit him. He takes off into the woods. You're like,
Direction are you going?
we had one werewolf yesterday. How the hell are there 3 of them now? And then
Yeah.
you're looking that way, and you think the ranchers' camp is that direction.
Ah, shit.
Um,
So we stopped one, but they got the others.
you stopped one, but they got the others. You hear off in the distance a "oh," followed by another howl that goes up into another howl, and you hear last bit of information you get from a nat 20 survival check. You hear 6 individual howls of werewolves
There's
in the woods.
6 of them. Does one sound like deeper than the other? Is it 6?
After
Including a
6
big boy?
sound off,
Is there a
you
bigger
hear
7th one?
you hear
Fuck.
a howl that rattles your
Pierces.
rib cage. It is so loud. I need everybody here to roll a wisdom save real quick.
Yikes. Or be afraid, I'm guessing.
That's a nat 20. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Gormesh, you hear
wisdom
I got a
this
19
roar,
plus 3.
this howl of a monstrous wolf somewhere in the dark, and just the rage of holding an unconscious Mahan in your hands. You are unable to feel any other emotion than pure anger.
What did he
I'm
roll?
going my
You rolled a nat
sorcerer
20.
rage.
Oh shit.
My sorcerer rage.
You guys see small, like, portals pop around him with magic as rage is just building up inside of them.
Do I get to roll wild
11 plus
magic?
3 is 14.
A 14, because you are as far away as you are, a 14 does pass.
Thank God. Thank God.
But you do
What's the
feel the
save?
chill in your
Wild
bones
magic.
from this roar.
Yeah.
G2, Ephesus, what do we roll?
I had a 19 plus 3.
You are good to go, but you do hear a wolf's howl that you have you've never heard before. This is like a such a deep and like growling and echoing howl that you
Guttural.
like. It sounds somehow both like majestic and terrifying at the same time.
You know, that sounds like fun. Oh,
Daxley, being a hunter, has never heard anything like that.
He is
And
no.
I would like to say he is actually a little afraid. You know, just a little bit.
I do think on such a high roll that Daxley just for the moment is set upon with the realization of just what the
big.
fuck he's staring down in those woods. You know?
I'm glad that one didn't come back to fight us.
um,
Although, hopefully, it takes us to his
Wait.
larger friend.
When those
Uh,
portals appear around me, can I please roll wild magic?
I'm gonna
um,
get.
Or just try
I'm
to
gonna
see if
grab a
I can get it?
drink.
here's what I'm gonna say. Roll a
I'm gonna grab
Constitution
some
saving
sweet
throw
tea.
for me,
I'll be
Gormish.
back.
Ooh.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go grab some
Okay.
sweet tea. 'Cause
Alright.
this shit's ramping
That's a
up. Although I
17.
think it's ramping down too.
That's a
That's a
17. On a 17, these you see actual portals are cracking and opening, like tears and fissures in space around you are beginning to crack from the magic coming off of Gormesh. On a 17, you realize what kind of damage portals could do. What because you don't know what's on the other side. But for a moment, crack, you're seeing like these like shatters of space around you. And just for a second, you turn to see the slightest sliver of space that you're able to see through. And on the other side, you see a figure in long black robes holding a large staff with a G on top of it. And you see your face staring back at you through a crack in space for a moment. And then it closes, and you were able to calm yourself down.
I don't even know what to say about that one. I just sit there like, oh.
G2, are you here?
I'm here. I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3. G2 is genuinely terrified. is genuinely terrified. That shook the rib cage of your tiny little kobold body.
I gotta get out of here.
I
I gotta go.
Sounds like it's
I
time to
just grabbed-
cower,
We
grovel,
do
or
this for
beg.
Mahatma. We do this for Mahatma.
Mahatma would want us to be safe.
She's still alive, by the way.
Let's go
She's just
bend
out
her.
cold.
You know, I'm gonna go take her somewhere. I'll be right back.
As he just leaves.
Leo, Nate Crazy, are you around? Are you here? You present? He is not around or
He
present.
was so scared that he forgot how to talk.
He was so scared
R.I.P., my brother.
he just fully quit, as it turns out.
He'll be back with a new character next week.
Next week. Mahama laying unconscious in the snow. Gormesh just opened cracks and fissures in space momentarily.
To the Gormesh. To the Gormesh.
G2 is truly, for the first time in his life, is realizing that he is smart enough to feel fear. Daxley is being hit with the weight of knowing what he's about to have to face off with. What is Ephesus feeling in this moment?
That's a hard one.
Like he
Emphasis
should
is
feed
hurt.
this house fire of this person that helped us.
Oh, that's a hard one because Ephesus doesn't really care.
Damn.
He really just doesn't. He knows it's gonna be a tough fight ahead, but he really just doesn't have any stakes in this fight because he was doing this for money. I mean, I guess I can get
what
a
did Bombardier roll on
raise or
his
something.
wisdom save?
Dirty 20.
On a dirty 20, you are able to stave off the possible fear that sets in upon you. What is going through Bombardier's mind as he hears a truly near godlike howl of some monstrous beast?
I'm wondering if this is going to interfere with the mining.
All about business, this guy.
Probably will.
And,
Like, if I had to guess, yes.
how do we get rid of this monster?
With everyone feeling these feelings out, what is the next move of everybody here?
Hey, is anybody out here in the crowd? Are y'all like a clothes?
I
Y'all
start
sell
rushing
clothes or
towards
something?
The house.
I need a new duster.
You see villagers just pulling up buckets and splashing them onto the fire. Which, by
What
the way,
the
you
fuck?
started the bucket line, so you're participating whether you like it or not. You're at the front of this bucket line. You're at the
I pass that down the line. I say, hey, is there anybody that sells clothing? I need a new duster. Can you pass it down till somebody says yes?
You see about 9 people down this line.
Yeah.
You see a old gnome man with balding on the top of his head and a giant handlebar mustache stick out and go, I can make you something.
All right. I light another
you
cigarette
doing?
and pass it down to him, and then I keep throwing water on the fire.
You pass it down as he passes a bucket back to you, takes the cigarette, it takes the whole thing in one drag, tosses the bud into the snow, and continues to pass.
I just nod in approval. Yes, sir.
That is, I'm
Yes, sir.
assuming, was he a dwarf or a
It was
gnome?
a gnome, a small
Okay,
gnome.
one heck of a gnome.
It
was
Low
a good-
capacity on that thing.
Good at solving riddles, and they're chronic smokers. I can tell.
Gormesh, did you say you started running towards the house?
I'm bolting towards there.
You guys see G1
The whole time I'm yelling for Muhammad.
You
rushing
are gonna die.
into the dark of night.
Jack
into the woods.
actually looks in that direction. He's like, he's gonna die. He's just going alone. He's gonna die.
Is my horse okay? I did leave my horse here.
Your horse is also on fire.
Roll a D100.
Oh my god. Please don't tell me you killed Ruby.
Roll a D100.
Oh my god. Uh, 46.
40%. A 46 is below 50%.
What does that mean?
You start looking around and do not see
Golden
Ruby
crossfire.
anywhere.
Damn.
After a few moments of looking, you see a trickle of blood leading off into a field downhill from the house.
Yeah.
Do you leave the line to go follow this trickle of blood?
I gotta act this moment out. I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm gonna put it on like the tree that we kind of slept by the night before. Toss my cigarette out of my mouth. I'll be back. I got something to check on, fellas.
Follow a line of red through the white snow, down a hill beside Muhammad's house, into a little ravine that bumps into the tree line, and just inside the tree line, laying on the ground, breathing, but slow, shallow breaths, is Ruby, who has a huge bite mark in her neck.
I pour out a bottle of, out of my pack, I take a bottle of brandy.
Okay.
And
You'll feel better.
I'm sorry, baby. I know you should have come with me. You always come with me. And I pour some in her mouth.
Could you roll me either nature or arcana check?
Oh god. Well, they're both +1, so this isn't helping me. 14. Either one, you can pick.
On a 14, you don't know, you're not an expert on the curse of lycanthropy.
Oh god, we're
But-
gonna have a werewolf.
But you do
horse?
know it
A
affects
werewolf.
different species differently. Some species, like elves, dwarves, gnomes, even kobolds, normally survive the process of the curse and then become werewolves. But you also know that species like deer, horses, cattle, if they are infected, their body is unable to survive the process that would lead to transformation. And they more often than not die before the curse can even take full effect of them.
Mm-hmm.
You see a really big bite mark in this horse's neck.
Can I do an inside check to see if, if there's any shot she can survive?
Okay. Do an insight check.
Just because it's wisdom based. That happens to be a 17 plus 5.
A 17 plus 5. Here's what I will say to you. You know that statistically, it's like a 10% chance. And for you to get that, you would need to roll a D100 and roll a 90 or higher on D100
Oh,
for your horse to survive. Roll under that, and she succumbs to the curse, and it kills her.
who usually rolls high here? Who rolls high?
You?
No, just roll a 92. I would like to say that.
I did just
Can-
roll a 92.
Can we use our portent stones for this?
That is a D20
I would allow
roll.
you to use a portent stone for this.
Also,
Although it does say
we
in the
don't- we
description,
don't-
it does
we
say a
don't know.
D20 roll. I would
Also, we
allow
don't
it.
know what the portent stones are yet.
That's also true, is that he does not know how the portent stone works.
Oh, God.
I would say if we fail, we try portent stone because we already are out.
Well, we don't know what the stones do, so
I just rolled a test roll and I rolled a
we
5.
haven't,
This is
we-
not looking
we haven't
good.
gotten the stones identified yet, so.
Well, I mean, we know what portent is.
Well, no, but we don't know what our characters.
Yeah, but like
don't know what
you
they
guys
are.
know what that is, but like
We
your
know what it
characters
is.
don't know what the
characters
rocks
have no
do.
idea. We just think they're shiny rocks, or like really cool, like glowing rocks. We don't know what they are.
Somebody rolled
We
an
haven't got-
Arcana check.
If
And
someone
he
can roll a DC 17 Arcana, y'all can know what the stone does. But that's the DC to know.
I have +1. It'll be so hard for me.
How about 22?
22 will do it.
Holy
Turns out
crap.
Bombardier knew this whole time what these fucking rocks did. And just this is funny because for 30 minutes while Daxley and Ephesus discussed what these rocks could possibly do on the walk back, Bombardier was completely silent but knew the entire time. That's what this means.
I've got mine, like, I put mine on a necklace. And it's around my neck right now.
That's awesome.
The portent stones only work one time
yeah.
in description. You are allowed to use
And
it. I will say in this scenario, I will allow it to be used on a D100 roll.
So we can roll basically, he's granting us advantage.
So what does a portent stone do
A
exactly?
You
portent
get to
stone,
roll something before.
if
and
you,
then use it
yeah,
if you
you're
like
allowed to roll a D20 and then save that roll in the stone, and then later you can substitute that roll for a different roll that is made.
I'm willing to try.
But here's the thing, though. The way the portent stone works is that like you'd have to store a roll in it,
Yeah.
you know? There's
Yeah.
no roll currently stored. It's not granting you advantage like a chance to re-roll.
I
It would,
know.
It would
I was.
sub a roll.
It's just like I basically get a test roll, and then
yeah.
I
You
get a real
basically
roll.
get a test roll. Yeah, basically.
So could I grab one and try to store a roll in it?
You could. Yeah, you could try to store a roll in it right now if you wanted.
I've got
I'm
one.
gonna be dexterous, and I'm gonna try to grab it from somebody.
Which person is trying
Without
to get it from?
asking, I'm just gonna try to grab it.
There, Daxley and
I
Alharia are nearby.
put it in like my breast pocket, like in my jacket. So good luck getting it.
Who's
Okay, then I'm
who
gonna ask for one, please. Give me one, please.
Well, I've got
So-
one, but I'm off in like this valley by myself.
Yeah, so technically someone else is either Bombardier or it's Daxley. And technically, even if he has it in his breast pocket, D&D rules is written, you can still roll to try to take it. It would just be a higher.
No.
I mean,
Give me one, please. Give me one, please. Give me one, please.
Give me one what?
Give me one. Give me the stone. Give me a shiny stone.
I don't even know what it does. I don't think it does anything.
I'm sleight of handing it.
okay.
17.
Okay, can I make a save to fight
You
him?
make a perception check to see if you can notice him grabbing it.
Okay, he made a what?
He made a 17, so you got a meter beat a 17.
16 plus 5. 21.
21, he does notice.
I jump
Give
back
me
and
the
slap his hand.
stone.
Why?
I'm saving the misses.
Wait, the missus is fine. This is about a
Yeah,
horse.
he's talking about a
I'm
horse.
saving the misses.
Okay, all right. So they're one and the same. Okay.
I thought we were being cool and nice, and it's not about the horse.
Listen,
This is not
he's got
about
a B cut across his chest because of old Gormesh. The Gormeshes aren't too happy about the misses.
Oh god, I've been cut
okay,
up. My
quick
horse is
question.
here.
Okay.
I'm just going to, if I use a hand of healing and roll
Okay.
the saving throw, can I get advantage or a lower DC?
Wait, hold on. What are you trying to do right now?
Because we're trying to stabilize the horse, right?
Yes, you're trying to stabilize the horse because the horse may or may not die from lycanthropy in the next few minutes.
It's probably gonna die
So
from
if
lycanthropy.
If I can try to stabilize the horse and use hand of healing, could I get like a lower DC?
Okay, so what do you, I will
D100?
give you advantage on the D100 roll if you're going
I'll take
to
it.
burn a hand of healing to do this.
I will take it.
Okay.
I can't even get it because I love my horse, and my horse would try and survive for me.
I'm gonna roll.
This
Just
is
sheer
so-
survival.
I would like to say that you guys left an old lady in the snow. No one handed healing her. The minute I say a horse might become a
She's got a pendant with Sparadine on it. My horse is over here.
Stable.
So,
My horse didn't get no pendant. It didn't get no magic item when it started this thing.
you're right, it didn't.
She's
You know?
stable. It's fine.
I was sitting out
Okay.
there, and the snow leopard tried to jump in, and it got
No, no,
deflected off
she-
this magic barrier. Now these werewolves got in.
Uh,
So
Ethan, she was stable and fine while you were holding her, but the second you laid her down in the snow, she started taking cold damage.
that's Gormesh that's got her. That's the other Gormesh that's got her.
Okay, so Taylor, are you going to roll to do 100?
Gormesh
I
won.
am.
Okay,
Because
all right.
Ultimately, if I fail, this means nothing to G2.
I mean, you're
You know,
right.
and I get a reason to fight these werewolves if my horse dies. So
I'll roll the D100.
Okay. Motivation to kill a guy's horse.
This is a 65.
65 is so close.
I will try again. This is a 72.
Both are very close, but
This is tragic.
Was it a 25% chance?
it was a 10% chance.
can
I gave it the good old college try.
You
I'm
gave it the
down
good
for
old
my
college try.
I'm down for my one try.
Okay, all right. I'll let you get in one try, but this is the last roll you can make on this.
I will say
could I
my
roll-
practice roll was a 5 and one was a 13. So
Okay.
if I was
Could I roll
something else, I'd be doing fine. But
I
Can
just
roll a
rolled a
check to see
95. If that
missus
helps.
needs healing? Could I like,
You okay? I will say I don't. Not even a check needed to be rolled. She's at 0 hit points. She's just not rolling death saves, but she's out cold. She's got no hit
Yeah.
points.
could use healing basically?
Yeah, could use at least a hit
Yes.
point. You know,
Touch
Okay.
hands, if you will.
a
Do we
touch
have
hands, if you will.
Paladin? Do we have a paladin? No paladin.
We do have a
Technically,
paladin, but
have
he's just
one.
not
They
here
are
right
just
now. I
not
don't think.
here.
Can
Yeah.
can they touch hand? Can the paladin touch hands? Do the touch hands.
Touch
The leg-
hands.
I think the paladin is on the phone with his girlfriend. I'm not 100% certain.
Look,
Oh.
I'll just use a key
Okay.
point and then pray I don't need it.
Okay, all right.
Let
Also, it's very funny to
him-
think that while the rest of you are doing this, Leo has an actual cell phone now. It's just
He's got stuff to take care
Oh,
of.
no, it's a stone of farce.
He's got this whole bank
It's just-
going on.
he's just holding. He's holding a, but specifically, he's holding a BlackBerry to his.
Oh, God.
It's definitely a BlackBerry too.
It's definitely a BlackBerry.
Every now and
Uh,
then he like turns it sideways and whips the keyboard out and starts going.
Yeah, exactly.
And the stylus. Don't
Oh, it
forget the
looks like this
stylus.
man's horse is dying. Oh shoot. That laughing
Can I use
emoji.
cure wounds?
Alright, I'm gonna do my roll.
Okay, you're gonna do your roll.
This will be a sad time probably.
Um,
Oh, you're not gonna do my cure wounds?
if it matters, I rolled a 95 on a D100.
It doesn't.
I
But
know.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. But
Yeah.
that's really impressive, actually.
Yeah.
That's a 44.
Well, I could have saved your horse, but I wasn't there.
Well, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you see Ruby take a couple last sips of brandy.
Hold on. Can
Who
I
gave her the bourbon
flavor
that
it
killed her?
as I see that she's not gonna survive this, and
Yeah, you can. I was just gonna say she takes a couple more sips of brandy, and her breaths just start to get slower.
okay.
At least she went out drunk.
Well, I want to interpret it as that,
Okay.
and I'm like, well, girl, the only person that's taking me out of this world is me. And I
You're
pulled
not
out my
gonna-
revolver,
No,
Okay.
you're not.
and I
Yeah.
pulled
And
the hammer
you
back.
shoot yourself. And you shoot yourself because
It's a double
You're not
murder
gonna-
homicide.
you're. no. It was, I'm not gonna be in a world where
Or
you're
some
dead,
murder
so I'm going
suicide.
out first.
And I'll pet her head and I pull the hammer back and
The rest of you up on the hill dealing with a house fire and various other things hear
Hear a
a
gunshot.
echo out throughout the valley side
Horseway.
in the dark of night. And then I think there's where we're going to end the session.
the
Alright,
horse
before
walks
everyone
back up
leaves.
without emphasis.
He did a
God.
trade his life ritual.
Yeah.
Ephesus, his horse walks up with a cowboy hat on.
Howdy, ma'am.
Before everyone leaves, how sick is this? Let's like,
So sick.
That is very sick. That's the
Yeah.
artwork of your cosplay.
it is and Polaroid of it as well, but it's
That's
the
very
Polaroid star.
sick.
But yeah, had a great weekend at the convention a few weeks ago.
Sick.
Nice.
What do you
Yeah.
cosplay as?
I was a wandering trader. I had like a mat laid out with a bunch of
Oh,
shit on
word.
it, and people were trading. I sat there for 6 hours, and made
Right.
so many friends.
Heck yeah, that's sick. Just trading stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That is rad. Also, you got a new sword.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Also, Bakugo t-shirt. Dig it.
Yeah.
I did not expect the death of a fake horse was going to hit as heavy for everybody as that just did. My apologies.
I can't believe you let me see the Gorbish.
I can't believe I roll low on D100s. Like, what the heck? I rolled
That's
a 5, a
I rolled a
13, and a
90, dude.
44.
Y'all should have let me
That's a-
roll.
That's a G. That's a Jinin. Is that? It's not a Dow.
It's a GN, I
Yeah,
believe.
because it's not a Dow. Because a Dow
Yeah.
has a curved blade. So that's
I
that's
believe
great.
it's a GN.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You saw the Gormesh.
That's pretty sick.
Pretty wild. We'll later find out how Gormesh feels about that.
A fucking sword.
I was wondering where that was gonna go.
Also, it's a lot longer than I thought it would be, but like it's a long sword.
And there was 2 places I was thinking of taking that, and I decided to give you Gormesh the origin.
Like putting the
that's pretty
blade at my
sick.
shoulder, it's full arm
Yeah,
length.
that's pretty sick. My other idea was that in a small fissure that you create,